First Watch now.
What you need to know from the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
Hosted by Cochise County Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler. First Watch on 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas, Public Information Officer with the Sheriff's Office, and Sheriff Mark Daniels. Good morning.
Good morning, Cochise County.
Hello, everyone.
So I want to say that it is official now that SSVEC is sponsoring the show for another year. So all their commercials are back on today, and all of the paperwork's been signed. So we want to thank SSVEC for sponsoring us.
We do, and we've talked about that for the last couple of weeks, and they've just been a great community public safety partner with us. So thanks to Jason Bowling, the president, and I think we need to give a shout out to Jack Blair, who's retiring now that it's public. Now we can talk about it, but Jack, thank you all for the many things I've worked with you on community projects, your partnership there, and just your friendship.
Well, let's start today with the Martin Luther King Jr. event in the park.
A little bit of confusion last week, excuse me, on that, where because of the weather, nasty weather, nasty. Ooh. But so it was canceled, but the event was reprogrammed over to the old Apache School, which is now the District Rothery Center, whatever they call that now. But so it was a well-attended event, really nice event. So thank you everybody that came out and supported that event. Thanks to the NAACP for putting that on, and again, very nice event, well-attended, shows the community unity in that.
And you've been busy with community events as well, including tonight you're going to be speaking to the 1200 Club.
Speaking 1200 Club tonight, Nikki and I are going to be going over there and giving them an update of what 11 years as sheriff's been, where we've been, where we're going, and looking forward to that. I do it annually. I speak to the 1200 Club, and tonight's going to be tonight for that. I'm excited about it. They're a good bunch of people, so looking forward to that. It's going to be at the PDS at, I believe, 6 o'clock tonight.
And also Girl Scout cookies. I know you're excited.
Who can't be? I mean, Thin Mints, the peanut butter ones, what are the other ones? There's a whole bunch. I go by color of boxes. Tag-alongs. There we go. We had a meeting with Cable this week, and Jackie Clay told me, she goes, I want the red box. I said, Jackie, red box? Yeah, so she wanted the red box. So I had some cookies, so I went and looked, and I had the red box, and then she did it virtually because she got tied up in some more meetings. So Judge Conlog actually held the red box. I took a picture and sent it to her. See what you're missing. I brought the red box. Nobody knows what. Like, the Thin Mints are green, if you look at those. So we can't color code our cookies. I mean, you really can't.
There's a red box? I'm sorry. I don't understand that.
Those are the peanut butter ones. Just to clarify for the people going to work right now, say, what's the sheriff? Is he all right today? But it's truly, the red box is your peanut butter cookies. The green ones are your Thin Mints. So next time and the yellow ones are your little cookie ones. So if you actually, as you're buying your Girl Scout cookies this year, ask for the color. You'll throw off the Girl Scouts. They'll be like, what? Tell them the sheriff sent you. Buy the color box. But either way, they're all color-coded.
And you mentioned the Cable meeting. So first of all, remind people what Cable is, and then tell us about the meeting.
Cable meeting is our outreach. It's our Community Citizens Advisory. It's an outreach of citizens throughout Cochise County. Brian McIntyre and myself came together with that, and then we brought in all the police chiefs, and they meet quarterly now, and it's a group. Judge Conlog, now retired, actually chairs it, and we talk about different events, different questions. I mean, it's just about clarification. It's also about outreach in the community, because it's another avenue of marketing, but it's also an avenue of communication with those we serve.
And a way for you to interact, much like the Cable event, is there's a brand new group that you are on, a Citizens Advisory Council, where you're co-chair for Juan Ciscomani.
Yeah, our new congressman for our district, Juan Ciscomani, called me several weeks ago and said, would you co-chair this committee, the Citizens Advisory? I was honored to do it. I mean, he represents 5 different counties, this district, and so they are representation from those 5 counties, from everything from education, JTED, for example, is on that, the superintendent, to law enforcement, myself, business owners, gospel, rescue out of Tucson. I mean, you name it, you're going to see some kind of contribution to this committee, and I commend the congressman for putting this together. Again, it's bipartisan. It's not all Republicans, not all Democrats. It's bipartisan, and we're looking at issues like our military sustainment here in his district. We're talking about the border. We're talking about water. We're talking about agriculture. I mean, you name it, it's being discussed. Public health, public education, all the things that affects our daily lives. So he wants that voice, so he can be a voice in Washington, D.C. that's based on the community, not based on politics.
And I know you get a lot of questions of have you met the new governor and have you met the new attorney general, so speak to those.
Before I do that, I met some really good people you see on TV all the time, commercials, business people out of Tucson, which is primarily our news here. And it was really cool to see that, because now you can build these relationships with these folks, and networking and leadership's all about influence. If you can't influence somebody in leadership, how do you get your job done? I always say that. I mean, if you want to be a leader that stands alone, good luck. You need each other. It's a network. And this is something really cool about this committee I sit on. And just to add on to that, that's why I wanted to add, John Ladd, representing the agriculture folks, is on that. Ann English, our board chair, and Melody from the Service Chamber of Commerce is on that, and some others from Cochise County. So well represented down here in Cochise County. Now going back to your question. Yeah, I've not met the governor. I've never met Katie Hobbs that I can recall. I don't recall having a conversation with her when she was Secretary of State or her prior life prior to that. But I did meet Fontes, the Secretary of State, at a county meeting here in December. I just met the new Attorney General Wednesday. She's just on a board with me in Phoenix, so I got to meet her. And I have met with Governor Hobbs' director and transition co-chair, met with them. So as we move into a new era here, I mean, just meeting the new people, and it's always hard for change. We all know that, no matter if it's personal change, professional change, but it's life. So we got to navigate these waters and see where it goes. And one thing that's big with sheriffs right now is the border strike force. There was an article just came out. 3 of the sheriffs did it, where she wants to get rid of border strike force. And now I've reserved judgment for all the right reasons. Diplomacy is part of what we do. We'll see what happens if she does get rid of that money, because, excuse me, we got 6 positions and some prosecution money that comes out of our border strike force for border-related crimes. So to lose that would be an impact. It really would. It won't stop us, but it'd be an impact. And we have such a great relationship with our state. Department of Public Safety, which they got a new director. I don't know him. Looking forward to meeting him. But bottom line is we got to keep that partnership going. And so we will see. I hope Border Strike Force doesn't go away. That's an appeal by the sheriffs, Arizona Sheriff Association. We'll continue high on that one. I had some discussions last week on that, but that's the biggest thing I see right now affecting Cochise County is if the new governor takes away Border Strike Force, you will hear me speak on that.
And attesting to the good relationship that we have with the state, the Sheriff's Office just received a grant, and it was $26 million?
$24 million plus. That's a lot of money. We just received 2 grants this week that we had proposed several months ago. To break it down, $6 million for public safety radios. That's approximately 600 radios for Cochise County public safety, fire, police, EMS. So, and this is the foundational radios where we can start interoperability with the state. We got a little bit, 2 more grants we're still waiting for from the state. We're working with them right now, trying to get those secured here in Cochise County. But our connectivity with the state, and what that means is if I have a deputy that's transporting somebody to a mental health facility, which is very common in Tucson or Phoenix, and they're on a rural interstate, they have no radio communications once they leave Cochise County. This helps establish that. This sets the foundation to establish that. This also helps the smaller agencies in Cochise County, fire departments like Chuka City, Tombstone, where they don't have big budgets. We don't have big budgets, where these radios can help them too. Interoperability, the ability for public safety to speak, whether it's a car crash, whether it's a burglary in progress, is huge for us. So we're really excited about that $6 million. That'll go in front of the Board of Supervisors on the 7th for them, on the fiscal agent of the county, to accept that. The other one's for $18 million, and this deals with personnel, fringes, which are employee-related expenses, travel, equipment, to include vehicles, and maintenance supplies. And that's to reorganize our border team and also staff with 25 new positions, civilian, in our new border facility, which is up and coming as we go forward to buy that building. So, again, exciting things here. And I'll just say this, on all these grants we're talking about, whether the helicopter, whether it's what I just spoke about, the previous grants, $12.8 million last year, $20 million, all the, for the Sheriff's Office, we've asked for no in-kind matches. I'm not saying, county, I still need this much money from you. These are zero-based grants when it comes to no cost to the county or the taxpayers. So, in fact, just the opposite. It's taking relief off the taxpayers, and so they don't have to pay it.
typically when you do have a grant like that, it's cash match, so the county has to put in 25% or whatnot, and then they have limits. So that's a really good way to do business.
Well, it is, and that's something I said. I mean, I cannot bring a grant to Cochise County, and again, we're all very sensitive to the money. I can't bring a grant here and say, okay, I'll bring you $75, but give me $25. So we're doing 100% cost-free grants. If I'm going to get a grant from the state, federal donations, whatever it is, it has to have minimum of no cost. In this case, we've been going no cost.
And we've recently been talking about a dispatch academy, and that is now underway. So Carol Kappas, catch us up on that.
Say that 3 times.
Carol Kappas, catch us up on that. That was good.
Don't drink 2 beers and do that.
That's right. So it started this week, and we have 13 amazing people that have joined up. They are actually CCOM employees. We've had the director come and address them. You've addressed them.
Yep.
Our command staff have been there. Some of our deputies, supervisors, the Sierra Vista chief, Thrasher, and then the fire department chiefs have been there. So it's a really good way to kick off their education. And our goal is to make sure that they get a leg up. We want to help them succeed by giving them basic training and certifications that they can get in a more condensed amount of time, but in a group setting, and it's outside of the communication center. So if you have a trainer that's trying to dedicate their time to train this individual, they won't have to split some of it per se by working on the radios or consoles and doing that job in addition to training. So pretty excited. We appreciate everybody at CCOM for their support in this. Our goal and our mission is, again, to augment them and help them move further along and getting personnel. So it looks like it's going to be good. They keep coming back every day so far.
Well, the first day I was there to address them and thank them and welcome them to our public safety family, because CCOM dispatchers are our public safety family. And they were all smiling. So I said, I'll see you in 6 weeks, and hopefully you're all still sitting here. And number 2, you're still smiling. So thanks you, Carol, and thanks to the Cochise College for getting that together for us.
They do an amazing job. Cochise College, being a partner in this, they have bent over backwards for us.
Yes.
Because, as Dr. Brooks said, that it's President Rottweiler's goal is to continue for Cochise County being, the college being in the business of giving back to Cochise County, and they do a fantastic job of that.
And there's a reason they call community colleges, our community colleges like Cochise and Pima and places like that, they're all about the community, and this is a prime example.
And you got to swear in the FOP this week.
Fraternal Order of Police, yes. Another group of people. There's 600 members in the Fraternal Order of Police, Huachuca Lodge 28. Carol and I, Wally, Frank, we're all members of the FOP and been there for how many years? 30 years? It's got to be at least 30 years. I know for me, I joined in 86, I think. I know I did 86. So long time. And I got to swear in the president, Butch Boutte, I call him Butch, it's Lawrence, but he's a commander over Sierra Vista PD. I think it's his 7th year as president. He does a very good job. Bob Rando, Tom Ransford, Dean Scadaboo, I'm probably saying that wrong, Border Patrol. But there's 600 members that represent law enforcement, local, state, and federal. FOP does so much. We got Cars for Kids coming up April 1st. They put that on. I'm the event coordinator for that, with a whole bunch of great committee members that we put that on for Sierra Vista Boys and Girls Club. They give out scholarships donations to communities every month. I mean, they do a lot of cool things. So thank you to the FOP and all they do.
And you're going to be over at Cochise College again today, joining the Cochise County School Superintendent Jackie Clay in Innovation and Education Conference.
Yes, they're kicking off their conference today. Jackie Clay, I concede she's got more energy than I do, is kicking off that conference. It's really cool. It's a conference for teachers to come together and talk about school security, talk about education, innovation, like it's on the heading there. So I'm going to kick off the start of it today for a few words at 8:15 this morning over at Cochise College. In fact, you and I are both leaving for Cochise College when we get done here. So heading over there.
And the 1200 Club tonight.
1200 Club tonight, yes, and busy day, just a busy day. And tomorrow I'm speaking up in Benson to the group. So again, it's busy weekend, and then we got an event on Sunday too. So, but I tell you, it's in my drive around, people say, I had a call this week, and somebody left me a message. Sheriff, we see you all over the place. Well, that's good. It means I'm doing my job. If I wasn't all over the place, then what am I doing? And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but that's what we do. And community outreach, being out there in the community, the people that I work for, is so vital to what we do at the Sheriff's Office.
And you do all of that with going into the office and clearing your emails all in the same day, which, by the way, I have 6,420 of them, which makes me cringe. But you do all of that, and you also do interviews at 2 a.m.
Yeah. People are New York news comes on at 4 o'clock in the morning, East Coast. Well, that's 2 o'clock in the morning our time. I did Fox and Friends a couple of days ago, and that was a kickoff at 4 in the morning. But that's 2 in the morning here, which means you got to get up by 1:15. You got to get ready. You got to get all set up, and because they check in early at the studio. But let me tell you, those ruined days because I was out that night, reference a SWAT mission, helping with this, and let me just say it was a long night that day. So I'm recovering from that, if you can call it such.
Well, let's talk about the SWAT mission as well.
Well, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to the men and women in our SWAT team. We had an assist. The U.S. Marshal's Office was looking for a fugitive out of the Pima County area. He was a mandatory prison warrant for drugs and weapons. Bad dude. I'll just throw that out there. So they were watching for him. We were out that morning. This was a 17-hour mission by my SWAT team that they were between staged and active into the intervention of this. Long story short is they got the guy in the house. There was a 13-year-old in the house that we become aware of. We did not know that. And as the mom, they were hiding in the bathroom. He had 2 long rifles with him. He'd been drinking. He knew he was wanted. He knows he's going to prison. So we got the kids out through our negotiation team, got the kid and the mom, and then we gassed him out and got him about 11 o'clock that night. So, again, I want to give a big shout out to SWAT. Service to PD SWAT team was coming to relieve our team because of the time we'd been out there. We canceled them just before. Also, DPS SWAT team. So, again, thank you to both teams, DPS, Service PD, and a real special shout out to our guys. Amazing work to bring a dangerous fugitive into custody. Speaking
of shout outs, the jail staff, we always love to give them some love because they do an amazing job every day. But we're moving forward on our jail district, so tell us where we are in that process.
Yep. In March, you're going to see us come out. We're going to market. You're going to see some marketing, some factoids coming out on the jail. March, there's like 5 to 7 community meetings that we're going to be going around the county, a group of us talking about the jail and answering questions to the community. And then May 16th, I believe it is, there's a special election for the jail, half-cent sales tax. I say sales tax, folks, to support the jail, build a new jail. It's really what it's all about. And that's a 25-year sunset clause, so after 25 years, that'll go away.
And it's not just the actual building of the jail. I think just looking at it holistically, we're also talking about, the personnel it's going to take to run it and all of the things that go into anything like that, because you can't build something of that magnitude and, amazing magnificence, if you will, compared to what we have, and have nobody to fill it. So it's just a complete, total project that was well thought out and just going to be reaching out and making sure that people understand what that entails.
This has been a lot of work. Since I've been sheriff, it's been obvious on our strategic plan that a jail's in the future. And it's time. Our jail's outdated. We all know that. But in the survey that they did with the community here several months ago, a group did this for us. The number one thing was officer safety and inmate safety were the 2 things they saw the need of our new jail. Mental health was number 2. And the third one was the quality of life of our citizens. And what that means is we need a facility to put people in jail. And if we don't have a facility that can accommodate that, guess where they're at? They're in your communities, in your neighborhoods. And I was really impressed with this one because the public stood up and said, there are those people, your sexual assault suspects, your child molesters, they need to be in jail, folks. They truly do. So, and murderers. So we got to have the facility to house those kind of people. So those were the 3 priorities. Again, I'm very optimistic about this. I want to thank the community for all their support on this as we go forward.
And this week's Stop of the Week is going to go into your community message, but I understand there was a lot of tickets involved.
Yes, there was. And so coming back from Phoenix the other day, and I got off I-10, vehicle in front of me, the plate's hanging there. I mean, literally hanging, barely hanging on the bumper. So I run the plate. It's an out-of-state plate. It comes back canceled, which means the plate's no longer recognized by that state. stopped the vehicle. The driver had just moved here from that state, had been here about a month. Plates are canceled, which means he has no registration on the vehicle, no insurance. Initially told me he did, but then he told me, no, I don't have insurance. And then last month he says, had no driver's license. So he got 3 tickets. I mean, folks, if you get stopped for that, there's like a 99.9% chance you're going to get stopped or ticketed, but also your car gets towed. But last but not least, I wanted to share this to the safety message is when you become a resident of Arizona, there's not a grace period that said I got 6 months, I just renewed my plates in my home state, now I'm in Arizona, I'm going to ride those plates out for a year or 2 years, whatever you paid, and then I'll get my Arizona plates. That's against the law. Once you become an Arizona resident, you got to get Arizona driver's license, registration, and make sure, and this is a big thing I see, carry your insurance card with you. I know we all can say, well, yeah, I forgot to put my new insurance card in there. That's by law. You have to do that. And you have to have ID or a driver's license to show an officer. If you don't, that is a criminal offense, too. You can't go to jail for that. So,
can you have your insurance card on your phone?
You can. But understand if you do that, there's a good chance that the officer, the trooper, the deputy is going to ask you, can I hold your phone to look at it? Because we have to look and verify the information. So if you don't want a cop holding your phone, don't carry it on your phone. And I can't say it any better. I don't want you to hold my phone. Well, I have to be able to look at that. So it just becomes a little uncomfortable, but that's modern. We get it too. So we don't mind you do that as long as you can pull it up. I hope the Internet's working that day because good chance you'll get a ticket if not.
Well, Sheriff Mark Daniels, we thank you for coming in and talking to us today.
Thanks, everyone. Have a safe week. Talk to you later.
And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Mark Rodriguez from the Sierra Vista City Council.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
It's First Watch now.
Hosted by Public Information Officer Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
On 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas, Public Information Officer with the Sheriff's Office, and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Sure thing. Yeah, this is Councilman Mark Rodriguez from Sierra Vista. I've been on City Council for about a year and a half. Just got elected again, so 4 more years I'll be in the seat, and I'm excited to be here again with you guys.
Congratulations on your re-election.
Thank you very much.
Well, you have a meeting coming up today, and this is a topic that everybody that lives in our area would be interested in. And tell us, first of all, what the project is, why it matters, and how the city actually fits into this.
Yes, definitely. So it's that road that some of us know as State Road 90, otherwise referred to as the road in front of Target and Fry's.
Road.
As more affectionately called, right? That road in front of Target that everybody hates driving down for a lot of reasons. And as many people have learned just from bringing it up, anytime you live in a city that has a road like that, you'd want to talk to your city council people, right? And say, hey, what's the deal here? How do we get this fixed? But unfortunately, the answer is, well, that's a state road. We have no control over it. So we can kind of push it up to the state and request as much as possible for help. But until they start giving us money, which it looks like is happening now, things won't start working, getting fixed. So that's kind of how it plays into our city. It's one of the biggest intersections in the county when it comes to highway intersections, if you look at our whole county. And it's used every day by a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. It's the only way to get to the hospital, right? So our first responders use that, whether you're coming from Whetstone, anywhere in Sierra Vista, anywhere from the Fry Fire District, you're going to come up that road with your apparatuses, with your big vehicles, or with your medical units with patients in the back down that bumpy road all the way to the hospital.
So how does this road get fixed?
Okay, so last year, Senator Gowan came online and said, hey, I was able to talk, get you guys some money, lobby for some money, and at that time it was $10.6 million. And that was to fix from Industry Drive, which is across from Walmart, all the way down to Mosen Road past the hospital. And that was supposed to, that was in April of 2022. So what was supposed to happen was they were supposed to get bids for the project by the end of the year. And then normally 2 months after that, work would start. So early, right around this time of year, this year, we would have some work being done. But that didn't happen. Something different is happening. So from what I understand, during this last House and Senate, the bipartisan session they just had, they passed the bill and they got some more money for us. So now the project is going to be bigger. They've gotten $39.2 million additional into those $10.6 million. as well as a $3.71 addition for inflation in case the price of supplies goes up within the time that the road work gets done. So they're kind of thinking ahead when it comes to inflation, which is unfortunately what we have to do right now. But that project is going to go from Industry Road across from Walmart all the way up to the Border Patrol checkpoint. So now it's a larger project. But so, hopefully today with this meeting that we're having with ADOT, what we're hoping for is they have a plan for us when it's actually going to start, when it's going to get bid out, things like that. Because right now, if you look at their website, if you look at any of the projects in our district, in District 3 of ADOT, there's nothing mentioned at all, which is, I don't really like that. I want to see where the money's at, what the plan is, so we can all keep track of it and be held accountable just like anybody else should be.
And you're having a meeting today to discuss all of this. What is the purpose of the meeting, and when and where is it going to be?
Yeah, so the meeting starts this morning, 9 a.m. It's actually in our city council chambers at City Hall. So it's 1011 Coronado Drive, right there next to the police station. It's starting off with a call to the public at 9 a.m. You can go in person, you can go online via the website, the ADOT's website. So there's two options there. I don't have the website written down. It's on I posted it online. To get to it if you want to dial in, but there's instructions there, and I can get that link for you, Brady. But yeah, so that's how the meeting's going to start. So, and there's some people that want to voice their opinions about Highway 90 and that intersection, why it's so important to have a plan, and just so we know when that's going to get fixed. It's good that we have money. We really obviously appreciate that, but it's kind of like it's not real until it starts happening. Until we see construction out there, then we know it's actually going to happen finally. And the rest of the meeting, they're going to talk about products they have throughout Arizona. So it's not just for Sierra Vista. This meeting kind of rotates around to the different ADOT districts, and it just so happens to be in our district for this one. It's been a while since they've been traveling due to COVID, things like that. A lot of people stopped traveling, doing meetings like that on the road, but ADOT is starting to do that again. So fortunately for us, their first road show again is here in Sierra Vista. So it's kind of a good opportunity for a lot of local people, if they want, get their voices heard. I hear it a lot on social media, Instagram, Facebook, about this road, and so it's also your chance to get out there and get your voice heard. And I'll obviously care on any comments that somebody sends me. I'll definitely make sure I put those out in the meeting this morning as well.
Well, the really good part of all of this is it shows your willingness to interact with the community and get them involved, because if you're going to complain about something, you better be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. So we do appreciate everything that you're doing, so make sure that you check out this meeting.
Yes, definitely. Those comments are definitely important to me. All that feedback community gives me, it's valuable. It's what the people want, the people that elected us, the people we work for. They drive on these roads every day, and it's way past due for this road to get fixed.
So is there any timeline that you can think or even speculate to of when this might begin?
Well, according to this current email we have, and like I said, it's this is the part I don't like. It's an email, and it's not up there on the website for everybody to see. All I can do is tell you what I have. This says the fourth quarter of this fiscal year is when it's going to go out for bid, which is April to June of this year is when it get bid on. That means the earliest they could start work is the fall of this year. So that's probably the best case scenario is fall of this year. We were all looking forward to January of this year, obviously. Maybe hopefully we can emphasize this morning that's great that this is a larger project now, but we really need to start the really bad part, right? The initial part from industry all the way out past the hospital. If they're going to do it in phases, that definitely needs to be phase one. We don't need to start at the Border Patrol checkpoint and come down this way. We need to do it the opposite way and go up.
All right. Well, invite everybody out to your meeting one more time today.
Yes. So the meeting starts at 9 a.m. So definitely show up early, especially if you want to speak. They'd like you to be there as early as possible to sign up to speak. It's at City Hall in the council chambers upstairs, and that's 1011 Coronado Drive.
Well, Councilman, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brady.
And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
Well, we have some exciting news from Travis Mills from the Tombstone Film Fest, so get ready.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
It's First Watch Now.
Hosted by Public Information Officer Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
On 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with with me is Carol Kappas, Public Information Officer with the Sheriff's Office, and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and we have Travis Mills. Thank you so much for coming in, and we're going to talk about an extremely exciting event that's coming to Tombstone.
Yeah, I'm actually John Mars. Travis Mills is my partner that we put this together with.
Got it. Well, okay, so I did the wrong introduction. Thank you.
Yeah, so the Tombstone Film Festival, first annual, is January 27th through the 29th. It kicks off Friday evening with a screening of the film Terror on the Prairie, starring Gina Carano, Cowboy Cerrone, and Nick Searcy. It's the only place in the world you can see this movie on the big screen. It's a Daily Wire film. It's only available on their streaming service. And because Travis and I both worked on the film, they gave us permission to show it opening night.
And what did you do on the film?
I was the armor on the film, provided the guns and the blanks and trained the actors, and I also did some stunt riding for one of the actors.
Excellent. So this event is coming up. What are the dates of the Tombstone Film Festival?
The 27th, 28th, and 29th of January.
So give us kind of a rundown. That's the big one, but what else is going to be happening at this event?
So following that the screening on Friday night of that film was not part of the competition because Travis and I worked on that film, so nothing that we worked on will be part of the competition that we're judging, obviously. So then on Saturday, we're showing a bunch of short films and a feature film. We also have a panel discussion. We've got a representative from Old Tucson Studios coming out to talk about what they have going on out there. We have someone from Film Tucson to talk about the new tax incentives that the legislature has passed that will give tax incentives to film companies that come to Arizona. And then we'll show some more films that afternoon and evening, and then we'll have a after party at the Oriental Saloon following the screenings that day.
And so this event is in conjunction with a nonprofit as well.
That's correct. We're teamed up with Tombstone Forward, which is a local charity, does a lot of things there in the city of Tombstone.
So how can we get tickets for the Tombstone Film Festival?
You can go to the filmfreeway.com website and purchase them. Just look up the Tombstone Film Festival, and you can purchase your tickets there. If you're a resident of Cochise County, your ticket's only $30. If you're not a resident of Cochise County, it's $50. And that gets you into all of the events all weekend long.
That's pretty cool. So invite everybody out. Give us the dates one more time.
January 27th through the 29th. And like I said, that weekend pass gets you into everything, all the events, the special screening Friday night of Terror on the Prairie, the panel discussions, all that. We will also be selling tickets for individual film blocks. If you just want to go watch one or two movies, for $15 you can go and watch a specific block of films.
All right. Is there a way that they can get a hold of you? Do you want to throw out any social medias?
Yes,
websites?
we have a Tombstone Film Festival Facebook page. You can also follow the 12 Westerns in 12 Months Facebook page. We put information out on there, or you can follow Travis Mills Filmmaker Facebook page or John Mars Actor Facebook page.
That sounds like a great thing. Well, thanks for coming and talking to us today about the Tombstone Film Festival.
Thanks for having me.
And Carol, how do they get a hold of us at the Sheriff's Office?
So you can reach out and touch us through a lot of ways. Give us a call, 520-432-9500, or check out our webpage at cochise.az.gov/sheriff, or even our social media sites. You can start with our Facebook page, Cochise County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Mark J. Daniels, and there we'll have links for our Instagram and our Twitter accounts. So if you need anything, let us know.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
You've been listening to First Watch with the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
Hosted by Cochise County Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
Join us again next Friday morning, 7 to 8 a.m.
First Watch.
What you need to know from the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
Only on 92.3 KWCD.
Careful.